Alrighty, guys. Now with the PS5 Pro coming out this fall, we're going to see, in my opinion, we're going to see 3 big improvements to the system versus your base PS5 right now. I think number one, we're going to see an improved ray tracing. Again, I think this comes as no surprise. Ray tracing will be a lot better with the PS5 Pro than it is right now with the base PS5. That alone can make the system just a game changer all by itself. Number two, I believe we're going to see improved stable frame rate. For example, let's say we have a game that plays a game at, say, it's supposedly supposed to play at 35 or 30 frames per second, let's say 30 frames per second, and it plays it like at 24, 23. Sometimes it hits 30 frames per second. Sometimes it dips below it. You can see a stutter on the screen, when it, I'm talking about, you see it slow down, you can see it. I believe with the PS5 Pro, we're going to see a more stable frame rate. For example, say that game is running at 23 frames. You're going to see it hold a steady 30 frames per second. And I think also we'll see this with the games that run 60 frames per second that drop like in those 50s and 40s. It's going to be more of a hold steady at 60 frames per second. I believe that's going to be a big selling point right there. Now, I don't think it's going to make all of our games, run a magical 60 frames per second like we would want. I don't believe that's going to happen, but I think we'll see, just more stable frame rates, less slow down. And, of course, those games that run at 60, I believe they'll stay there at 60. So, just like with the new Grand Theft Auto coming out, let's say that game on the base PS5 is 30 frames per second. And it's 30 frames per second on the PS5 Pro. But with the base PS5 Pro, you're going to see, you see it dip down a little bit. You'll see the frames dip down when there's like a lot of stuff happening on the screen. But with the PS5 Pro, you're going to see, oh, look at that, it stays steady. It stays steady. I don't think we're going to see games that's all of a sudden 30 frames per second jump up to 60 or 120 frames. That's not going to happen. It's going to be a steady frame rate. And, of course, the next big thing I think we will see, 8K gaming. I was thinking about that. We saw that on the box. We're hearing about that now with the PS5 Pro. They're like 8K gaming. And I don't believe that's going to happen. I mean, I don't know anybody that has an 8K TV. And I believe what we'll see, of course, is we're going to see a more stable resolution. Everything's going to be more stable and just runs better. For example, let's say you got a game that supposed to run 4K, it dips below it to 1440p, 2K. But the PS5 Pro will make that game be able to play it at true 4K. I'm gonna raise it. That's what I think we'll see. We'll see stuff like that. So your games are gonna look better, a little bit better. I would say a lot better. Depends on your television, but you're gonna have that more stable frame rate, and I think that alone makes it a game changer. Again, with the AI coming out and stuff, I'm not sure how that's going to work. I believe that's just going to boost your resolution from what I've read. But the PS5 Pro, it's a mini step up as we get ready, for some games to hopefully come out next year. And hopefully they can get some games out, because really all that matters is games. I know we get excited about new hardware. I always have. But I want the games to play on the hardware also, but this is the 3 big improvements I believe we're going to see with the PS5 Pro. Again, nothing earth-shattering, but it's going to make you think about it. Well, this is going to look better if I get me a PS5 Pro. But I think you got to remember, Sony's not going to forget about the 60 million people that's already bought a regular PlayStation 5. This is just going to be a way to give you an improved gaming experience. And I would be interested to see if they can actually pull off 8K, because I know somebody out there has an 8K TV and they'll have their PS5 Pro. They'll hook it up to it, and we'll see if we can get real 8K gaming out of it. That was something that was promised on the base model that never happened, and I don't see it ever happening. So we'll see, people. But anyway, that's my thoughts on this. This is the 3 big improvements I believe we will see on the PS5 Pro. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Toodles!